Happy Saturday, good morning or good afternoon. And I just put the playlist in the chat box. I'll let you know when to start it if you do choose to use music. And have some props close by because we are actually going to start lying on our back. So we're going to get in a really comfortable, restorative, cozy position. So you might want to have like a block or a pillow. We're going to start lying down reclined, and we're going to end our practice this way too. So maybe using that block or a blanket on whatever kind of level or height you want on your back. You could even set a little block as a pillow for your head, but the most important thing is that your chest, your heart is a little bit lifted. So get into that posture, take as much time as you need to kind of get there, lying down with your props, something behind the head, something behind the back, to begin this more restorative time of year, kind of the hibernation season, our last day of a little more light. And set yourself up for comfort and ease. You might want to roll up something like a towel or a blanket under the knees even, but just make sure there's something kind of under your back, lifting your chest, because our intention today is to create space. And we're going to do a pranayama called Valoma. We'll start and end with that, and it helps encourage spaciousness and expansion. So yoga is all about creating space for change, growth, evolution. So maybe this morning, think about where in your life you want to create some space in your mind or your body. And with our Valoma breath, we expand our prana, which is our life force. And it helps increase the energy, increasing the lung capacity over time. So it's a 3-stage of a controlled in-breath and then a long out-breath. So I'll talk you through it, and then we'll go through a few rounds on your own. So you'll start by inhaling gently through the nose, imagining the breath from the base of the spine to the navel, and then you'll pause. You'll inhale further from the navel to the solar plexus, pause, and then from the solar plexus up to the collarbones and pause, and then a nice, slow, even exhale all the way out. And that's one cycle. So you'll repeat that maybe 5 cycles or rounds. You can take a few natural breaths in between, and then you'll just return to your natural breath, and we'll move a little further. So make sure you feel super comfortable and cozy with the chest lifted. And when you're ready, you can start that breath. Inhale and hold. Inhale further and hold. Inhale the most up to the collarbone, and then slowly exhale it all the way out. Go ahead and keep repeating that for 3 or 4 more rounds. Taking the last round, and then just returning to a natural breath. And very gently remove the props, just place them to the side of your mat. And slowly bring one knee and the other knee to the chest, and give yourself a big hug, a big squeeze. And roll to the side just to pause in the fetal position. So use your arm as a little pillow and just take a breath here. And slowly come to seated. And if you want to use some music, you can go ahead and start my playlist or your own. Pressing the soles of the feet together, finding butterfly pose. So hands behind the back, lift the chest, lift the heart, lift the spine. You could make this diamond shape larger by pressing your feet away from you. It's a little less intense in the hips as we start, or you could pull the heels closer to your body. See if you can focus on having the knees go further towards the mat. Hands behind you to help lift the chest. Big inhale here. And then slowly start to kind of flap those butterfly wings very gently, opening up the hips. Adrienne Maree Brown says, before anything else, laugh. Before anything else, soften in your face, in your shoulders, and in your breath. All right, slowly start to close the knees like a book and then slide the heels into a wide-legged forward fold. So toes up, press through the balls of the feet. Keep lifting the spine. You could keep the hands behind your back. And then take your spider fingers and just crawl them to the left, towards your left ankle or shin. You could bring one hand to the other side of the leg. You could turn your whole torso that way or make a side stretch. Just relax the head and the neck. A few breaths here. When you're ready, crawl your hands all the way to the right, maybe framing your leg. Keep pressing the heels to the mat and the balls of the feet away from you to engage the legs. Each inhale, continue to lengthen the spine. And with each exhale, maybe you go a little lower and deeper into the stretch. And then start to come more towards center. And you're just going to reach opposite arm towards opposite leg. Opposite arm towards opposite leg. And start to feel the twist of the thoracic spine as that happens. Maybe you reach wider towards the opposite pinky toe or just to the shin and the calf. Going at your own pace, warming up the spine. Keep breathing. One more to each side. And then make your way to tabletop. Come to hands and knees. Spread the palms wide. You can always double up the mat if your knees need extra support. You could always come onto your fists if your wrists need extra support. So in your tabletop, just start to hula hoop the spine. So big circles to the left and right. And whenever you're ready, you can switch directions. Your elbows can bend. Maybe a little side cat-cow. And then pause to a neutral position. Take the right leg to the right. So right toes are pointing forward. Keep the palms as they are. And we're going to start to floss our legs. So it's a little bit like gate opener with the legs. Left leg is still bent on the earth. Right leg is straight. Bend your right knee and move your hips a little bit to the right. And then back towards your left ankle. And then around in a circle. So keep the hands plugged down and elbows can bend. Just slowly starting to circle. Getting into the hips. Maybe starting to speed it up as the right leg straightens and bends, maybe going in the opposite direction. Two more breaths. You can switch directions again. You could pause in one place. And then we'll come back to where we started with the right leg long. Inhale, reach the right arm to the sky. Roll the wrist, relax the neck. And then start to thread the right arm under the left armpit. Reach to the left and come back up. 3 more, threading and unthreading. Lift the chest, stack the shoulders. Once more. And then 2 hands down, 2 knees down, tabletop, maybe some version of side cat-cow, organically moving the head, the neck, undulation of the spine, hula hoop until we go to the second side. 2 more breaths of some free movement. And neutralize your spine and tabletop when you're ready. Extend your left leg to your left. So the heel is in line with your ankle. The toes are pointing forward. Hands stay planted on the mat. Then start to bend your left knee and circle the hips, starting off slow. Maybe a small circle to begin. Maybe making it bigger and speeding it up. Switching directions. Just really getting into the hips there. Keep breathing. And then pause with the hands planted, left leg to the left, right hand stays where it is, left arm reaches to the sky, roll the wrist. And begin to thread and unthread. So left arm under the right armpit, reach to the right. Inhale, lift to the sky. 3 more. When you're done with that, find your tabletop. On hands and knees, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Maybe walk the dog, wag your tail, shake your head, yes and no. Come to the heels and the ankle and the toes. Bend the knees a lot. And then start to find a little more stillness. And walk your feet as wide as your mat. Left foot to the left, right foot to the right, wide-legged down dog. Notice the space, maybe in your lower back, in your hips. Take a few breaths here in stillness or moving around. Relaxing where you can in the jaws and in the tongue. 1 more breath. And then start to tiptoe, keeping your feet wide along the outside edge of the mat. Tiptoe towards the top of your mat. Bend your knees and find your squat. So heels in and toes out, hips down. Press the palms together to open and broaden across the chest. Malasana squat. You can have your heels lifted if that feels better. Keeping your elbows connected to your inner thighs, start to straighten your legs. Head comes down, hands comes through the legs. Then re-bend the knees into your squat. 3 more like that. Straighten the legs, release the head, and back to a squat. 2 more at your own pace. Keep pressing the palms into each other. And then from your squat, find a forward fold with the legs wide. Ragdoll, start to heel toe your feet closer to hip width distance apart. Grab onto opposite elbows, sway and shake your head, yes and no. Again, feeling the weight shift from the front of the feet to the back of the feet, side to side. Release the arms. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms, tabletop. We're going to take 1 more warm up for our hips. It's a dynamic pigeon, so we usually end with pigeon. This time you won't go quite as deep into it. So you're going to slide your left foot off the mat towards the right. So you're going to cross it behind the right foot and just reach back. You should get a nice stretch through your outer hip, your glutes, and then come back to tabletop. And we'll go to the other side. So left knee stays where it is. Right foot slides off the mat to the right. And keep your arms long. Inhale, come back to center. Keep going side to side. Maybe you deepen it by bringing your left foot wider off the mat. So you'll notice sometimes in pigeon our shin is parallel. Here, that's not going to happen. Just finding a little bit more dynamic for our warm up in the hip mobility rather than a warm down where we're more statically holding. So go ahead and you could take 1 more on each side or 2 more on each side. We're not holding it for long. Continue to keep the shoulders squared. When you're back in tabletop, tuck toes, downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, right leg high. Right foot comes behind the left, cross the ankles, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. 2 more, right foot behind left. Inhale, lift, right heel high. Last one, cross. And inhale, shift forward to plank. Stay in your plank and roll the heels to the left. Variation of side plank. Press your left hand down. Inhale, reach your right arm to the sky. Beautiful. Keep lifting. Hips higher. Right hand comes down. Traditional plank. So step your right foot to the right, left foot to the left. Inhale here. Exhale slowly as you can in one piece, lower to your belly. Slow it down, Keep reaching the crown of head forward, heels back. All the way to the belly, untuck the toes, inhale for Cobra. Lift the heart. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms forward, reach your toes back. Inhale, lift the arms for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Hands down any way to get to down dog, through child's pose, through a push-up, through downward facing dog. We take 3 breaths. From down dog, left leg high, 3-legged dog. Left foot behind the right. Inhale, left heel high. 2 more, cross behind the right leg. Inhale, lift. Left foot comes behind the right. Shift forward, shoulders over wrists, plank pose. Roll the heels to the right. Keep your right hand planted. Inhale, left hand to the sky, stacking the shoulders, reaching through left fingertips. Inhale here. Exhale, watch your left hand come back to the mat. Hands are hip, shoulder width distance apart, feet are hip width distance apart. So uncross the legs. Big inhale here. Slowly as you can, lower all the way to the belly. Inhale for Cobra. Exhale, forehead comes down. Inhale, reach the arms forward alongside the ears. This time, just your right arm and your left leg are gonna lift. So inhale, lift, reach your fingers, reach your toes. Exhale, lower, switch. Left arm, right leg. Release. Keep going 2 or 3 more times. Switching which arm and leg lift. Opposite. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower. Last time. Hands by the chest. Any way to get to down dog. It could be through tabletop, plank, or you could take a child's pose at any point in the practice. Take a couple breaths in down dog, and we're going to move into some core. When you're ready, look towards your hands, walk your feet a little closer, bend the knees, and just hop or walk to come to your seat. So come all the way onto your back. You're gonna wrap your right leg over your left and wrap your right arm under, like an eagle pose on your back. Draw your elbows towards your knees, lift your shoulder bones in your chest. Inhale, reach your arms and toes away from you. Eagle crunches, let's take 3 more. Nice and slow, reach. You got it. 1 more. And then exhale, open up, find the space like star on the ground, full body stretch. And let's go to the other side. So switch the cross of your legs, switch the cross of your arms, this time left over right, left under right, crunch and open. You got it for 3. Last 2. And 1. After squeezing everything together, feel the release as you open up, take a full body stretch. Big inhale, maybe hands to the belly, feel the belly. And exhale. Draw the knees to your chest, start to rock and roll just halfway up to a seat, feet down, hands behind your back. So we've done in and outs before, where you pull your knees in and extend your legs out. We're gonna take that from the side. So knees to the right, you're on your right hip. Pull your knees towards your chest. Elbows are working, triceps are working, and then extend your legs long. Just a little more in the obliques. You got it? Beautiful. Last 3 and 2 and 1. Of course, we have to go to the other side. So coming through center, knees to the left on your left hip. Pull the knees towards chest and then extend long. Keep breathing. 2 more. And 1 more. All right, we're going to go back to the right. You can always take a break. Shorter set. Last 1. Pull it in. When you're ready, move through center to the left. All right, 1 more time to each side. Shortest set, knees to the right. Just a couple times, in and out. You got it. Slowly move to the left. And then come on back to center. Give yourself a nice hug. And then take a full body stretch, lean back. Last core exercise here. Feet to the sky. You're going to bring your palms down, press them into the earth, and just lift your lower back, your tailbone up. So your toes are pointing to the sky, lower back's lifting off the earth. It's a subtle movement, but you should feel it in your core. If you want to add on, you can corkscrew your legs in the air. So as you're lifted, you lift and turn to the right and then to the left. You can hear my voice, it's work. Just have fun with it. You could just shake out your legs in the sky if you're done with the core. Couple more times. Last one on each side. And then take your last full body stretch. Really reach, stretching out the belly, the abs. When you're ready, give yourself a big hug. Start to rock and roll. Feel the momentum. Before you move to your vinyasa, take a few rock and rolls. And then any way you want to get to downward facing dog. Maybe your first slow vinyasa, holding the Cobra or up dog to stretch out the belly. We'll meet in down dog. No rush to get there. Hopefully your body's feeling a little warmer now. Take a full round of breath in down dog. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, right leg high. Slowly step it all the way through for low lunge. Left knee down, make sure it feels supported. Inhale, arms up. Tuck your tailbone and draw your rib cage in. Stacking shoulders over hips. Spinning your pinky fingers a little closer in to wrap the arm bones. Relax the face, relax the fingertips. When you're ready, tuck your left toes. We're going to come into high lunge. So straighten your left leg, reach your left heel behind you, lift the left thigh. Right knee stays directly over the right ankle. From here, lean a little bit forward, arms alongside your ears, power lunge. Sweep the arms back like an airplane, but keep the chest as it is, leaning forward. One big, strong line of energy from your heel through the crown of your head. Can you soften the breath? One more inhale. Warrior one, arms up, left heel down. You can widen the stance. Press to the outside edge of the left foot. Keep the right knee over the ankle, strong in the lunge. Keep pulling your right hip in. One more inhale here. Exhale, warrior two, right arm forward, left arm back. Again, you can widen your stance, adjust your posture. We're going to stay and hold, so take your time to set up your foundation. Shoulders over hips again, right knee over ankle. When you're ready, you can add a tricep stretch, bending your right elbow, left hand on top of right elbow, or reach for archer arms, left arm behind the back, holding your shirt or your fingertips, or you could take eagle rock or a hug in the front, any shoulder arm variation. Keep lifting the crown of the head higher and sinking lower in your lunge. 2 more breaths. Release the arms out, warrior two. Cartwheel the hands down to frame the foot, step back to plank, and travel through your vinyasa or don't. It could be knees, chest, chin, or slow chaturanga. From down dog, inhale, left leg high. Low lunge, quietly step your left foot all the way through your hands. You could always inch it further to get it forward, right knee down, arms rise. You know we're gonna hold each pose for a few rounds of breath. So be here Before anything else, laugh. Before anything else, soften in your face, in your shoulders, and in your breath. One more inhale. Tuck your right toes, high lunge. Right leg is straight and strong. Draw the rib cage in so your belly is not splaying out. And then lean your torso, your heart forward. Keep that engagement. Left knee over ankle, straight, strong right leg. Sweep the arms back, palms face down, airplane arms. Broaden across the collarbones. One more inhale. Warrior one, arms up, right heel down about 45 degrees, maybe widening the stance on your mat. Drawing your right hip forward, right shoulder forward. One more inhale. Warrior two, open up, stay strong in the legs, maybe widen the stance, deepen the stance. Reach through fingertips. And then choose any arm variation. It could be a hug or an eagle wrap, switching which arm is in front. Back arm bends, maybe the tricep stretch or archer arms. Keep lengthening the spine. Staying here for a couple more breaths. Use your breath to support you. One more inhale. And then open up, arms wide, warrior two. Cartwheel the hands, frame the foot, step back, vinyasa or don't to meet in downward facing dog. From down dog, three-legged dog, right leg high. Cross the right foot behind the left. Inhale, shift forward. We've been here before. Roll your heels to the left, side plank, but keep the hands planted, two hands down. Bend both knees with your ankles crossed and bring your hips towards your heels, arms stay straight. Inhale, come back, shoulders over wrists. 3 more times, kind of like eagle legs, but not completely. Bend and straighten your legs. 2 more, hips go back towards the heels. Inhale, straighten the arms. 1 more time. Inhale, press back and find a 3-legged down dog, right leg high, bend the knee, open it up, fire hydrant pose, scorpion dog, shake the right leg up. Maybe circle it around, roll your ankle. 3-legged dog with the right leg long. Draw the right knee towards the right elbow. 3-legged dog. Right knee, right elbow. 3-legged dog. This time, right knee towards elbow, and then quietly step your right foot outside your right hand like lizard, but keep your left leg lifted. Maybe come onto spider fingers, lift the heart, lift the chest. Pour more weight into your right foot, get light in your left, your back foot, and step into a squat. Left foot forward, outside left hand. Palms press, lift the chest. Inhale, stand all the way up, mountain pose. Bring your heels and toes to hip width apart. Bring your hands to your heart, close the eyes. Feel your heart, feel your breath. Lift your toes, spread them wide, and then lower them back down. Stand tall and grounded in your mountain. One more big breath. When you're ready, inhale, arms up, reach. Exhale, hinge from the hips, forward, fold. Half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the palms, vinyasa or not, to downward facing dog. Take a full round of breath in, down dog. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, left leg high. Left foot crosses behind the right. Keep the legs straight and strong. Inhale, shift forward to plank. And then roll the heels to the right, keeping the hands plugged and planted, clawing through the fingertips. Bend both knees, hips go back towards the heels. Inhale, straighten the legs. Go ahead, take it 3 or 4 more times, bending and straightening, keeping the shoulders squared. And then make your way back to a 3-legged dog with the left leg high. Bend the knee, open it up, scorpion, fill the space in your left hip. Roll it around, keep pressing your right heel back. 3-legged dog with the left leg high. Left knee, left ankle, or left elbow. Lift your left heel high. One more time. Elbow and knee touch and reach. Knee comes towards the elbow and quietly step it forward. Preparing for your squat. So pour more weight into your left foot, maybe get light in your fingertips. Step your right foot outside your left, or your right. Hands to heart. Slowly stand all the way up. Mountain pose. Heel to your feet under your hips. Close the eyes and bring your hands to your belly. Slow the breath. One more round of breath here. Release the arms. Heel toe your feet together unless you have any lower back issues. Keep some space between your legs. Chair pose, hips down, arms up. Stay in your chair. Keep planting your left foot. We're going to come to eagle with the right foot wrapping over. Maybe a single or double wrap with the ankle. And then full eagle, right arm under left. Either a hug, holding shoulders, or press the palms, lift the elbows. Really squeeze everything together. Feel the limbs get lower through your hips, but higher through the chest. One more inhale, squeeze it all together, and then open up star. Step your right foot off your mat, reach through your fingertips, broaden across the chest. From here, press the palms together and step your right foot behind your left, maybe all the way off the mat, curtsy lunge. Inhale, back to star, open wide. Same thing, curtsy lunge. 2 knees bend, right foot behind the left. Keep going, open up to star, back to curtsy. Expand and bend. One more. Open, last curtsy, and step into mountain pose. Take a full breath here. Exhale, let it go. Second side, so keep your feet wide or bring the toes together. Chair pose, get low. Hips down. Left foot over right this time. Switching your eagle. Arms and legs reversed, pressing the palms, squeezing the legs. Know the release is coming. 2 more breaths. Inhale here. Exhale, star. Left foot steps left. Reach through your arms. And then curtsy, step the left foot wide, bend the knees. Star pose, open up, beautiful. Hands to heart, curtsy. Keep going. Two more times. Feel the space you're creating. After your last one, mountain pose. One hand to heart, one hand to belly, close the eyes, stand tall. Bring your feet about hip width apart again. When you're ready, inhale, arms high. Exhale, hinge and fold. Half lift, neutralize the spine. Step back and take it through your vinyasa. From down dog, walk your hands to your feet, forward fold at the back of the mat. You can bend your knees a lot or a little. Keep them straight, release the head, the neck. Inhale for a half lift here. Exhale to fold. Left hand down, left knee bends, twisted lunge, or twisted forward fold, right arm to the sky, deep bend in the left knee. Left hand can be on your palm or spider fingers or a block. Roll the right shoulder back, relax the head and the neck. Switch sides, right hand down, right knee bends generously, left hand reaches for the ceiling. And then let's go side to side, maybe holding it just as long as you did the first round, or going a little faster as you pedal your knees, switching side to side. If you haven't switched sides yet, go switch side, or keep moving a little swifter if you like. And let's all find a forward fold. Half lift to reset. Exhale, release. Bring your toes together, feet apart. Sink down, chair pose. Get low this time. You've been here before. Press into your left leg, one-legged mountain, right knee rises. Reach to your fingers. Step your right foot forward and bring your left knee into figure four. So left ankle over right thigh. Sit back in your hips like chair pose. Inhale, stand up to a one-legged mountain. This time your left knee is lifted. Find your balance, little step forward. Figure four on the right side. Right ankle over left thigh, sit low. Two more times on the right and the left, a walking figure four. So one-legged mountain, little step forward, left side bends. Last one, left foot steps forward, chair pose with the figure four. From the top of the mat, just stand in mountain pose. Take a big breath here. And then step your right foot to the right, wide stance. You're facing the wide edge of your mat. We're gonna get ready for goddess. So bend the knees, horse, goddess squat. Little pulses, a little lower. Hands could be at your hips or hands could be wide. Lift your toes, replant them. See if you can press your knees a little further behind you. 3 more pulses for 3, for 2, for 1. Hands to the inner thighs. Dip your right shoulder and look over your left. And then lift your right heel. Switch sides, right heel down, left shoulder comes towards center. You could have your elbows bent or straight, left heel lifts. Once more to each side. And then come back to your goddess. Hands to hips or hands wide. Either take little pulses again or just hold it. Maybe lift one heel and pulse. Switch heels. Both heels. Hold or pulse. Last 3, 2, 1. Heels down, star pose. Heel toe your feet together. So you're in a standing mountain pose, center of the mat, facing the wide edge of the mat. When you're ready, lift your right knee to one-legged mountain and find tree pose. So right foot to the ankle, anywhere but the knee. Could be in the inner thigh. Press your foot into your leg and your leg into your foot. Any arm variation for your tree pose. Balancing, maybe staring at something that's not moving to support you. Notice if your left hip splays out, pull it back in. One more breath of balance here. And then slowly release your right foot from your left leg without letting it fall. So it's going out wide. Step it to the right and move into your triangle or half moon. Balancing half moon, right foot takes the weight, left foot is lifted. You could go to the wall or use your pillow or your block for support. You could hover your right fingers. If you've fallen out, you can come right back in. Keep rolling your left shoulder back, spreading through the left fingertips. We're going to transition to warrior two. So see if you can get really light through your right fingertips. Step left foot to the back of the mat. Warrior two, land softly, right knee bends. Open up through the fingertips. Reverse warrior, left hand down, left leg, reach right hand up and back. One more inhale here. Cartwheel the hands down and take a vinyasa. You might be facing backwards. You probably are, that's okay. Take your flow and meet in downward facing dog. You could find a child's pose. You could hold down dog. Take 3 big rounds of breath. From down dog, look forward, bend your knees, walk or hop all the way through. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, mountain pose, stand up. Step your left foot wide all the way into your star stance and then goddess squat. So you're again facing the wide edge of your mat. Hands could be at hips, hands could be wide. Maybe add the pulses. For 3, for 2, for 1, hands to the thighs, release one shoulder and the other, maybe a little faster this time. Come back through center, goddess. Lift one heel and hold it or pulse. Switch heels. Both heels, hold or play with the balance. Heels down, straighten the legs. Heel toe your feet to the middle of the mat, about hip width apart. Right foot is your base, left knee lifts, and come into tree. So make sure you're getting the second side. Any arm variation. Maybe close the eyes to challenge the balance. One more breath. And then lift the left foot off the right and see if you can keep it lifted and hover it. Step your left foot to the front of your mat, toes pointing forward, coming into triangle or half moon. Again, using any props available to you or grabbing onto a water bottle or a block, rolling the right shoulder back. One more inhale, get light through your left fingertips. Warrior two, step back. Left knee bends. Nice landing. Reverse, left arm up and back. Feel the space in the left side body. And then cartwheel the hands to the mat. Take your flow or just meet in downward facing dog. We have one more short sequence till we warm down. Take a couple breaths in down dog or find a child's pose. From down dog, when you're ready, right heel high, 3-legged dog. Right knee, right elbow. Cross it to the left, like a windshield wiper towards the left elbow. Back to the right. Keep going to the left and right with your shin hovering. One more time to the left and the right. This time as it goes left, shoot your right foot through, outer edge plants, left heel down, fallen star, fallen triangle, left arm up, hips up. From here, left hand plants, shoot your right foot all the way back, 3-legged dog, flipping the dog or finding your wild thing. So right foot off the mat, Reach your right arm up, chest lifted. One more breath, and make your way all the way back to downward facing dog. When you're ready, left leg lifts. Left knee, left elbow, cross it to the right. Keep going side to side. Next time your left knee is towards the right, shoot your left leg all the way through. Outer edge of left foot plants, right heel comes to the left. Right arm reaches to the sky. One more breath in your fallen star. And then watch your right hand plant. Right heel lifts, left leg high. Bend and open it like scorpion dog. Maybe step all the way off your mat for wild thing or flip the dog. Two hands down, 2 feet down, downward facing dog. Optional, take a final vinyasa, final flow. And then when you're ready, from downward facing dog, bend your knees, look forward, and hop all the way to your seat. Bring your hips towards the middle of the mat so there's space for your feet to go long, your legs to go long in front of you. Cross right ankle over the left. Inhale, lift the chest and start to fold. Might not go far. A seated forward fold with the ankles crossed. Maybe using props, pillows, blocks. You could always sit on something to lift the hips higher, roll your mat and sit on that. But thought about touching your toes or how far you go. Take 2 more breaths here. And then gently roll back up and switch the cross, left over right. Prioritize the length in the spine and then fold. One more breath. Slowly come back up, just like we started a wide-legged fold. Maybe taking your legs even wider this time off the mat, pressing the heels down, lifting from the chest, hands behind the spine, and then start to crawl just all the way forward, maybe onto the forearms, or again, maybe onto your block or your pillow. Maybe your forehead touches the mat, maybe not. Relax the head, maybe close the eyes. One more breath. Slowly, slowly walk yourself back up. Use your hands to your legs to slowly bring them back to center. Roll all the way to your back. We're going to take pigeon on the back, figure 4. So planting the feet, crossing right ankle over left, press the right knee away from you. You could stay right here. You could lift the left heel to reverse tabletop. Keep pressing into that knee. Maybe interlace the hands under your thigh or over your shin. Keep the head, neck, and shoulders on the mat, totally relaxed. You could roll the ankles around. One more breath. And then just take your arms out wide to a T. Keep the legs as they are and move into a spinal twist, or slide the right leg all the way over, or just stack the knees. Twisting the spine, turning your right ear to the right, close the eyes. Maybe left hand coaxes the hips further to the left. Slowly return to center, bicycle the legs out, take them to the sky or shake them out a little bit. And we move to the second side. So start with the feet planted, left ankle over right. Stay here or lift the leg. Press the left knee away from you and then slide the arms under to interlace. Roll the ankles out, relax the head, close the eyes. Maybe a figure eight of the jaw or a flutter of the lips or a lion's breath. And when you're ready, arms wide. Start to float the knees to the right, maybe sliding them into a cross or just stacking one over the other. Turn the head left. Start to come back to center and make sure you have your props nearby, whether it's your block or a little blanket or a little pillow or towel. We're going to slide our legs long and move into that restorative posture where we started. So bringing the block under your back, maybe a little something under your pillow. Just make sure your chest is lifted a little higher than your head so that we can go into that Valoma breath again. So take your time to set up, and we're going to slide straight into Shavasana after this. So if you need a little sweater or socks or blanket, go ahead and get that. Coming all the way to your back for Valoma Pranayama. It translates to against the grain, against the natural order of things, because we interrupt the breath when we take the 3 inhales and then a slow exhale. So when you feel ready, legs are long, take up as much space as you need. They can go wide, arms can go long. Just make sure you have that gentle lift to the chest, to the heart. And then you'll take the slow inhale part way up and pause. Inhale a little further up and pause. And then inhale all the way to the collarbones, pause and exhale it out. Take a few more cycles of that on your own. And then you just slide into your natural breathing for your Shavasana. For your Shavasana, you can stay with that props underneath you, or you can remove them. Find a comfortable place, keeping the eyes closed, letting the breath feel natural, and just relax, just be, feel the space in your body. You have 5 minutes of complete rest and relaxation. I'll guide you out. Breath of Life by Danna Faulds. I breathe in all that is, awareness expanding to take everything in, as if my heart beats the world into being. From the unnamed vastness beneath the mind, I breathe my way into wholeness and healing. Inhalation, exhalation, each breath a yes and a letting go, a journey and a coming home. For the course of your next 5 to 10 breaths, make a choice to stay in Shavasana for longer or start to find small movement, gently reawakening the body. From the fingers and the toes, maybe taking a full body stretch. Find your space and grow long, reaching further through the right fingers and the right toes, and then through the left fingers and the left toes. And then whenever you're ready, pulling the knees in for a big embrace, a nice hug, and then a roll to the fetal position and a pause. And when you're ready, press yourself up to a seat to close our practice with a breath together. Exhale everything out. Inhale fully and let it go. Nice work, everybody. Beautiful practice. So good to move with you here.